So is a £70 Amazon smartphone worth it? We're going to find out in this video. This is the CUBOT R9 full review. Now, CUBOT is actually a brand that I'm actually aware of. It is one of those cheap Chinese manufacturers, but it is, however, one that is ranked quite well. And when you read through some of the Amazon reviews, you can see there are many satisfied people. So I thought we'd check this out. I mean, you're getting a phone that's got Android 7.0 Nougat. It's got a 5-inch IPS HD display, 5-megapixel front camera, which, by the way, let's face it, it's going to be absolutely unusable. And it's got a 13-megapixel rear camera. Now, when I say unusable on that front-facing camera, it has got a little bit of a party piece, which we'll take a look at later. On the rear, you also find a fingerprint scanner. By no means is it the snappiest fingerprint scanner you can get, but it's a £70 phone and it works 100% of the time, so I'm going to give it a bit of credit here. Not bad at all. The battery inside the CUBOT R9 is replaceable, and you can pick one up from eBay for about £10 to £12. The 2600 mAh battery gives you about 2.5 days of standby, and if you activate the battery saver mode, you could probably squeeze out 3 days if you don't actually go on Facebook or check too many messages. Now, as far as screen on time, you're good for about 8 hours, which is quite respectable at this price point. The internal guts of the CUBOT R9 is powered by a quad-core CPU, being a MediaTek MT6580, and you know what, it is a quad-core. I think it's clocked at about 1.2 GHz. Again, you're getting quite good value for money here. Couple that with the 2 GB of RAM and you should be able to play most games on the Google Play Store. Now, if you download the more demanding titles, yes, there'll definitely be quite a few frames dropped and maybe a little bit of stuttering, but overall experience, as you can see, it's not too bad whatsoever. Display on the R9 might only be a native 720p display. Playing YouTube videos or Netflix, or even clicking on a video on Facebook, the phone handles that task really well. The picture is clear, it's sharp, and it's relatively bright. And you know what, the colours really do pop. It's quite a nice display, if I'm honest. Now, me personally, I've never been a fan of dual SIM card phones. I just carry a second phone with me. That's not a problem for me. But in the back of the phone, you will find a slot for a Nano SIM card along with a full-size SIM card. So you could theoretically have 2 numbers if you wanted to do that. As a replacement phone, because you smashed your iPhone or your S7, this is not bad. In terms of build quality, the only complaint I have is when you remove the back cover, it's a bit annoying, because as you pull it, there's a small little notch and you have to pull it from the left-hand corner and you have to kind of take it over the volume rocker and the power button. So I reckon eventually, over time, you might just accidentally catch it and you might damage either the volume rocker or the power on, which might, in theory, make the phone absolutely useless, because you can't actually switch it on. So other than that one little annoyance, now I call it an annoyance, others might not. You might just say, what the hell are you on about? But I find it a little bit annoying the way they've actually designed that. But the general build quality, down to the buttons, to the cutouts of the speaker, to the actual microphone cutouts, everything else is absolutely spot on. You genuinely get a sense of feeling that you're getting so much more for your money. Now, enclosed with the R9, CUBOT do you the courtesy of supplying you with a clear silicone case, and the silicone case is nice. It shows off that gold back along with that fingerprint scanner. Another positive thing is, so many times it's so difficult to find an actual case that fits a phone that's come, let's be honest, from China. Whether you buy it on eBay, GearBest, Amazon, it is quite difficult to actually find a case that fits, so you don't have to worry about that with this one. Now, this is not probably anything worth mentioning, but on their part, the choice for a black power adapter along with a flat white cable was a little bit of a weird choice. The 13-megapixel camera on the actual R9 isn't actually as bad as you might think. For a £70 phone, you do get a 13-megapixel camera, and you can actually change a whole bunch of settings like white balance, but that predominantly comes down to the fact that this thing is running Android 7.0 Nougat. So here are some sample images for you guys to actually check. I'm not going to crop them, I'm not going to touch them whatsoever. These are raw images that are taken in the afternoon, in the daytime, in well-lit environments and at low light. File size of an image at 13 megapixel with the highest quality is about 4.2 megabytes. Now, I mentioned that the selfie camera did have a little bit of a party trick, which is this. It's got a built-in selfie light which you can actually activate when you're taking a selfie. Ignore the fact that HDR comes up and Face Beauty comes up on the selfie camera. They're absolutely useless. but the image itself is actually not too bad. So with the R9 you can actually take benefit of DuraSpeed. DuraSpeed sends all the computing power of the smartphone to the application or the game that's being played and removes it from background app, which is quite a handy feature. However, it will block your notifications unless you add it to something that they call the whitelist. So if you still want to receive Gmail notifications while you're playing Subway Surfers, make sure it's added to the whitelist. So there you go, that about wraps it up for this review. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. Remember that the giveaway announcement for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 is actually announced tomorrow, so be sure to tune in for that one. 7 PM tomorrow, video will be landing. So my name is Mike, this is Tech404, and I'll catch you next time. And as always, links will be in the video description if you guys want to check it out. If you feel like being awesome, please leave me a like, and I'll see you next time.